hit it.
Woo! All right. Hey guys, welcome to my favorite episode of the week, 5 Question Friday. You guys ask questions, I answer them. In fact, we answer them. Today, I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Vaki Etzebeth from Anfit CrossFit. Owns 2 boxes, one here on the Gold Coast, one over in NZ. And Aidan Dawson owns 3 boxes? 3 boxes over in Perth. These guys are very experienced affiliates and are going to give you the best answers ever, right?
Yep,
No
of course
pressure.
we are.
No pressure. All right, let's get straight into it. First question is from Enrique, and Enrique asks, you've talked about how to raise prices. Can you talk more about amount and frequency? Do you do a big price rise all at once, or do you do smaller incremental price rises? What do you guys reckon? A big one, big jump, or little jumps?
Well, we did a price rise last year for our affiliate. Last year before, I can't remember. We did it in 2 stages.
Yep.
So we upped the price for our new members coming in because
Yep.
that was the easiest people to target first with a bigger jump because
Yep.
they were coming into the business with no preconception.
They didn't know what was going on.
Didn't know what was going on. So we did a bigger jump there. But we also raised the prices due to inflation costs, etc. for our existing members, and we just made that a little bit more incremental just
Yep.
to say thank you for our loyalty and feed that back to our members. So it worked well.
Beautiful. So big jump immediately for new members, smaller jump a little bit less to show thank you for loyalty to current members.
Thank
Love
you.
it. Bates, what do you reckon?
Yeah, we've done the same thing over the last 6 years. We've only done 3 price jumps.
Yep.
But we've gone pretty aggressive with them. So as we've added value to the gym over 6 months or a year, we've then upped the price to reflect that
Yep.
increase in value. So
Great.
yeah.
Awesome. And one message, because I know there's going to be a bunch of you guys out there that are going, we don't raise prices because we grandfather in loyalty, blah, blah, blah. Grow the fuck up, right? It's the real world, right? Unless your landlord and the electricity company and your coaches and everybody else that you pay, all your other overheads, unless they've grandfathered your prices in forever, then how can you justify it, right? Because your overheads, right, your outgoings are going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's just the nature of life, the world, the inflation. So you can't keep your prices the same forever. Yeah. So if you think, no, I'm going to grandfather forever, that's cute, that's adorable, good on you for being a great bloke, but it's naive. Grow up. Next question, but I still love you. Next question. From Jeffrey, I've been struggling with documenting my systems in my business. Any tips or tricks? Yes, Jeffrey, absolutely. We've completely changed how we write systems. We used to write them as processes, right? So step 1, step 2, step 3, it'll be printed off, put in a document, put up on the wall with a couple of controls around the box to make sure that we follow it. Since meeting Cody from WODsites, check out wodsites.co if you haven't, he has helped me a ton with making my systems better. And the biggest change has been flowcharts. And a lot of you guys are going to roll your eyes and go, of course, flowcharts. Hey, for me, it was all new. I'd never used flowcharts before. So we specifically use Lucidchart, LUCIDCHARTS.com. Lucidcharts.com is incredibly easy for creating flowcharts, right? It's way easier than creating step-by-step systems, to be honest. All you do is you just click on a little square, and then that's a step. What do I want people to do in the step? And then next, another square, next step, another square. It's the easiest thing you've ever seen, and it's free, right? There's a free version, and there's $7 a month, whatever. So definitely check out Lucidcharts. In terms of organizing the systems, using a Google site instead of having I still like physical systems for training, but for day-to-day operations, having them all somewhere on a site. So this might be on your website, on your WordPress website, but we've had a lot of success using Google Sites, right? Because they're incredibly simple. You can customize them yourself. If you know how to use Word, then you can easily use Google Sites. They're way, way easier. And if you've got a Google account, a Google website is free, right? So it just makes sense. So I would highly recommend Lucidcharts for the flowcharts. Makes a huge, huge difference, more so in the adherence of your staff to your systems, and then organize them all through Google Sites. Any thoughts?
Yeah, we've definitely used just the classic dot points on Google Docs, but I've had a little back-end look into the 60 chart that you and Cody are working on, so I'm excited to move on to that in the near future. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that you think my back end is sexy.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thoughts on systems, bro?
Same goes, man. Same goes. So yeah, we have all our processes all on either a Google Doc or a sheet that can be live and updated. But hanging out for some sneaky stuff that's coming up our way.
Good, man. They're going to be good. All right, next question. Question number 3 comes from Clark, my man Clark in Houston. How do you decide when to add more classes to your coaches' schedules so that you can step back from classes, step back from teaching, and start to focus on the business? I'm going to throw this one to you guys. When do you decide to take a step back and work on the big boy stuff?
I think it depends what you want to do as an affiliate owner. If you're someone who loves coaching and you love coaching 16 or 20 or 25 hours a week and that's what brings you alive, then great. I think for myself, I really love the business side of things. And so I realized that if I was coaching 20 hours a week, I wasn't getting into the business side of things. And so for me, I wanted to, as soon as I could, I wanted to train some coaches to do a great job so I could work on the business. So for me, it was as soon as possible so that I could continue to grow and expand what we're doing as a business. So yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, and same thing for us. I found that when you start off being a coach, you're changing people's lives by coaching them, but there's only so many people that you can network out. And then when I figured out that you can train a coach to do what you do, and then now they're just expressing your same values, it frees you up then to keep exploring more avenues to reach out and touch more people. So I guess to answer the question, it's when you feel like you can do better and do more for your business rather than being in front of them. Helping other people get in front of them.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. For me, it's about when you become the reason the business has plateaued, right? So when you become the bottleneck, right? Because you can only do so many things. And if you're doing all the low-level things, right, whether that's cleaning the box or simple stuff that other people do, coaching obviously, then you become the bottleneck, right? And the business can't grow. And this is where we see boxes plateau at 60, 100, 120, almost the same numbers every single time. And it's because the owner won't take a step back and be an owner and let other people do the other stuff. You know what I mean? It's difficult, near on impossible, to get other people to do, and care about the retention and the marketing and the bills and all of that high-level business stuff, the growth, the management of the box, like you can. But it's relatively easy to get coaches to coach like you can, right? Especially, like Aiden said, you do a coach development program and you get them to spread the good word as it is by you, right? You get them to spread your love, and then you can do it through so many more people than if you just try and do everything yourself. So, awesome. Love it. Love it. But the overall thing is that you are willing to take a step back. If you're just sitting there going, no, I just want to be a coach forever, then you're probably going to have a hard time, right? You opened a business, you're going to have to be a business owner at some point. You've got to put your big boy pants on and start doing business shit. Next, quick plug, Affiliate Seminar 2.0. So the new Affiliate Seminar, completely redesigned and updated and sexier than ever, is coming to the US. We're going to be in Denver, 24th and 25th of June. We're going to be in Atlanta, 1st and 2nd of July, and then we're going to be right here at ANFIT on the Gold Coast, 22nd, 23rd of July. If you're serious about taking your affiliate to the next level, if you're serious about learning practical, no nonsense, proven strategies for all the good stuff, come along, check it out. If you don't like it, I'll just give you your money back, but you will, so don't worry. Also, private mentoring. I work with a very limited number of affiliates one-on-one, and we've got 2 spots that have just opened up for that private mentoring. So if you're interested in having someone keep you accountable, someone give you direction, someone yell at you occasionally, hit me up in the comments below, shoot me a message. I'd love to work with you. Cool, next question. Ruben asks, what are the top 3 good habits of successful box owners? I like this. Let's do one each. Thanks. Hit me. What's the best habit of a successful box owner?
Well, for me currently, because I'm a one-man band here at ANFIT Gold Coast, I'm coaching morning and night sessions. So I've kind of developed the habit of breaking away from the box and the business halfway through the day. So I take a break for a couple of hours, go home, spend some time with the family, go to the beach, and just get away from the business. Most days, just to kind of break up my day a little bit. So, but that's because I'm a one-man band here and I'm doing everything myself.
Yeah. So it's knowing how to pace yourself, it's knowing how to take time for yourself, looking after yourself, not driving yourself into the ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And this goes to something you guys have heard me say before, which is what we do is simple, right? This isn't and shouldn't be a 60, 80, 100 hour week, right? That's crazy, right? Beyond the classes, there's not a lot to do to run a good business, but we try and do lots, we try and do more because we're A-type personalities, we want to go, we want to get after it. But the truth is if you let it be simple, it will be simple. So if you're sitting there going, well, that's all good for him, but I don't have time. You don't have time because you don't make time. Bakey has time for this stuff because he makes time for this stuff. Yeah, so let the box be as simple as it can be, as it wants to be, right? and you won't burn out. He's nowhere near burning out. He's killing it. Aiden.
Mine's a classically, really classic cliche, and it's just simple. Lead by example. If you're running a successful affiliate, at some point you're going to have to start instructing people to do some of the tasks that you're doing. It's really easy to start giving away all the shit tasks and forcing people to do something that you might not want to do yourself. So if you're prepared to get into the trenches and lead by example, and so that way when you do have to step back into the limelight again, they can see that you can do what you're asking them to do. I think that goes a long way.
100%. That's definitely one of the most common personality traits I see with successful affiliate owners is their leaders. There's a big difference between being a leader and a boss, right? Telling people to do shit and showing them how to do shit and setting the example doesn't mean you're in the trenches every day, right? That goes back to what Fakey was saying about knowing when to step back, knowing when to focus on the high level stuff or focus on your own time or your family or whatever. But being a leader as opposed to being a boss, just telling people what to do. I highly recommend 2 books for this. The New 1 Minute Manager by Ken Blanchard is really good here, especially if you're not sure, if you've never been in a leadership position before and you're not sure how you should praise somebody or criticize somebody or set goals or that kind of stuff. It's a really easy, tiny 1-2 hour read. And the other one is Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. Right, another really good book. If you've read Start With Why, you'll like Leaders Eat Last. Mine is discipline. Right, there's a great saying from ex-Navy SEAL Jocko Willink: discipline equals freedom. Right. But the discipline I'm talking about with affiliate owners, with business owners in general, is the discipline to not do stuff. Right, and this kind of goes back to what Baker was saying about taking time off and knowing when to chill out. It's very easy running a small business, especially CrossFit being such a developing market, to drown in opportunity, right? Whether that opportunity is within the box to run extra specialty classes or to run, this seminar, that seminar, whether it's externally to, I'm gonna start my own protein company or my own t-shirt company or my own gear company, or I'm gonna start a competition or whatever it is. There's so many opportunities, right? We're never shy of opportunities in CrossFit. But you have to have the discipline to say no, right? It's a lot harder to say no to this kind of stuff because it all seems like it's going to be, the next big thing. You have to know what to say no to. If you can just say no for 6 months and be strict and go, you know what? This is my core competency. This is the path that's going to get me from where I am now to where I want to be. I'm going to say no to everything else just for 6 months. You'll be in a position where you can say yes to whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you want. You'll be in a position where the box is so successful, your freedom of time, your freedom of finances is at a point where you can say yes. But if you keep saying yes to shit that isn't your competency, isn't part of the path from where you want to be to where where you are to where you want to be, you're never going to be able to say yes to anything truly. So for me, it's the discipline to say no. It's the opposite discipline to fitness discipline, which we're so familiar with. Fitness discipline is, saying yes to getting up early, saying yes to lifting that bar one more time, saying yes to trying to push in one more round. For business, it's about tempering yourself back and knowing when to say no. Cool, last question from Sean. I keep hearing from members and other people in the community, that box has an enduro class, or that box has a lifting class, or that box has a gymnastics class, or some sort of specialty going on. Should I keep focusing on CrossFit, or should I try and diversify my market? This is one of my favorite questions. What do you guys reckon?
I think if you know what other people are doing, you've stuffed up already. If you're keeping an eye on other people's websites and Facebook pages, and if you're in the know of all the other gyms, you've stuffed up.
Done.
Yeah. So for me, I can't remember the last time I've looked at what someone else is doing or charging, or you just got to do what like you say, where your core competency is. So,
the perfect practical example of this is get together with a couple of people, do a 400 or an 800 meter run, and try and win by looking at the guy behind you. See how fucking hard it is to run fast, right? That's the practical expression of what Bakey's talking about, right? If you're going, oh, they have this and they have this and they have this, you're externalizing. You're going to end up blaming. If that's your mentality, you're going to externalize your problems as well as your goals, and focus on your own shit.
on.
Love it.
Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest turning points I felt. Stop making knee-jerk reactions based on what everybody else was doing. The best thing I ever did was grab Facebook, and I just turned off any other affiliate around and all the notifications. I unfollowed their pages, just got it all out of my face, and just focused on what I did. And then that way I became my product. I focus on what I'm doing, and every time you get distracted, now you're focusing on what they're doing, and your gaze takes away from what you're doing, and it's not a good place to be. So
absolutely, 100%. You can't run your own race. Look, what this community, the affiliate community, needs more of is leaders, not followers, right? We need more people that are going, what does the data say works? And let's follow the data. That's how CrossFit came to be, right? Because Greg Glassman looked at the data and said, well, if I combine this with this with this, I don't give a fuck what everyone else is doing, but the data says that this works. How do you decide on your training methodology? How do you decide whether, high bar back squat or low bar back squat is better? You follow the data. So do the same in the business, right? Don't give a shit about what everyone else does. Just follow the data, follow what works, and stop trying to look what everyone else is doing. Because here's the hot truth. If you weren't aware of it already, most affiliates are failing. Even if they don't know it, they're failing. The majority of affiliates aren't doing so great. So if you're looking around trying to copy what everyone else is doing, that's like going into McDonald's and trying to ask people for nutrition advice. You're probably not asking the right people. You're probably not following the right people. From a more practical business point of view, what do people come to you for? What do people pay you for? What do people stay for? Probably CrossFit, right? The very few of you that are going, oh, well, we've got a big weightlifting, that's great for you. But for the majority of people, they come to you for CrossFit, they pay for CrossFit, they stay for CrossFit. All of that other shit is you being bored, you externalizing your own biases on your members. Of course, they're gonna say yes, right? It's easy for them to say yes, like we said before. Do you guys want to do a weightlifting program? Yeah, sure. And the first week there's 20, and the second week there's 5, and then there's 2 and 2 and 3 and 2. And it fizzles off. So have the discipline to, again, going back to what we said before, have the discipline to say no and understand that from a business point of view, right, if you want this to be a business and not just a hobby, focus on what people come to you for, pay you for, and stay for, and that's gonna be CrossFit. That's it. Any final thoughts, bits of wisdom?
I'm going for lunch with my wife now, so.
Yeah, nice.
I'm gonna go book it at my hotel.
I'm going for a run. That's another 5-question Friday. Thank you so much for your questions. If you've got any more questions, drop them in the comments below. Besides that, have an amazing weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye!